Hello student, welcome to my class. Today I am going to take class 11 geography. The book name is India Physical Environment. It is chapter 3 and the name of the chapter is Drainage System. This is actually part 2 of class 11th chapter 3. So earlier I have already completed the first part and this is the second part of this chapter. In this chapter we are going to study about the Himalayan drainage system. So in the Himalayan drainage system, the first we have to study the characteristic of Himalayan drainage system. So basically there are three main rivers of Himalayan drainage system, that is Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra. And these are the main river. There are so many small rivers, but these three are the main river of this system. And these three rivers do lot of erosional activity when they are coming from the mountain, and with the eroding the physical features of Himalaya, they make so many new physical features in the Himalaya. That is like they make V-shaped valley there, they make gorges, they make rapid. What is rapid? Rapid is the fast grow of water over the rock, and they also make many waterfalls you can see on the top of the Himalayas. So there are many physical features made on the top of the Himalaya by the erosional activity of river. And when they come down, they comes with so many erosional material, and this erosional material, what they do, they deposit this erosional material on the plain, and with the deposition of this erosional material, they make many new types of physical features, like they make flat valleys, and then they make Oxbow Lake. Oxbow Lake is a lake which is in the shape of the bow of the ox. It's in the shape of the bow of the ox. And then they make flood plains. Flood plains are the plains made by the material brought by during the floods. And they make braided channels, like a braided hairstyle of the girls. Alright. And they make deltas. So they are making so many physical features, new physical feature with the erosional work of the river and also with the depositional work of the river. Then when they come down on the plain, actually they start meandering, and when they start meandering, then they sometimes shift their courses also, they shift their directions also. Yeah. Then there are some river which is very notorious for changing its direction, like Kosi river, which goes to the Bihar, and it is also called Sorrow of Bihar. And because it is called Sorrow of Bihar because it brings floods in the Bihar area. And so when they are making so many physical features, and when they are coming down, they are doing meandering, and with meandering they are sometimes changing their course also. So there is a big story behind how the Himalayan drainage system was evolved. So how the Himalayan drainage system was evolved, there is a long geological history behind it, and there are various opinions about how the Himalayan drainage system come into existence. So many geologists believe that earlier there was no three separate rivers like Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra, and all these three rivers were combined together and made only one river. That is, there was only one river earlier in place of this three river, and that river name was Shivalik or Indo-Brahma. It was a longitudinal river. It was a very long river, and it was flowing from Assam till Punjab. Assam in the east till the Punjab in the west of India, and then it used to go to the Pakistan side, and then it used to fall in the Arabian Sea. And this used to be happen before 5 to 24 millions of years ago. So this was the belief of the geologists, that there was earlier no three river but only one river. All the three rivers were combined in one longitudinal river, and that river name was Shivalik. And what is the proof to make them believe in such theory? It is the depositional work they have seen in the Shivalik area, and with the study of the depositional work in the Shivalik region, they have come to a conclusion that this material studies give the evidence that earlier these three rivers were only these three rivers were combined together, and they had a single river earlier in the last millions of years, 5 to 24 millions years back. There was only one single river, and that river name was Shivalik. or Indo-Brahma. So you can see that river figure in the map. You can see one longitudinal river is going from Assam till Punjab, and then it's going to the Pakistan, and then falling to the then it falls to the Arabian Sea. So this was the belief. No three river, but only one river was there in the past. Then what happened in course of time? Course of time, with the time passes, this three river was dismembered or broken in the three rivers were broken in three parts, and they became a three rivers. The first river was Indus and with its 5 tributaries, and the second river was Ganga with its tributaries, and the third river was Brahmaputra with its tributaries. Indus was on the westernmost side of India, Brahmaputra was on the easternmost side of the India, and Ganga was in between Indus and Brahmaputra. So you can see the same long river was broken into 3 parts. First part was Indus and its tributary, second Ganga and its tributary, and third is on the easternmost side, it is Brahmaputra with its tributary. Alright, so why this dismemberment or breaking up river happened? So what is the story behind the breaking up this 3 river? So what happened actually with the upliftment of the Western Himalaya, when the Western Himalaya was being formed and they were evolving and they were uprising and uplifting, at that time the Delhi Ridge area, Potwar Plateau, Delhi Ridge area was also uplifting, and because of this two were uplifting, that time faulting happened, and the river was broken from its western side, and it got divided into Indus and Ganga. And then again after some time, what happened when the peninsular plateau was there and the Himalaya was uprising, at that time the faulting occurred in the peninsular plateau, and the peninsular plateau was broken in 2 parts, and it was between Rajmahal Hill and Meghalaya Plateau. There was a faulting occurred between Rajmahal Hill and Meghalaya Plateau, and part of peninsular plateau, that is Meghalaya Plateau, got separated from the peninsular plateau, and that plateau went to the northeastern side of India and settled in the northeastern state. So when this separation, this faulting occurred, then again the river got broken into 2 parts. The Ganga side, in the eastern side of India, this faulting happened. So the Ganga was broken in 2 parts, and one became Ganga, and in the easternmost side it became Brahmaputra. And in this way the 3 rivers were separated into 3 different rivers. One river was separated into, was divided actually in the 3 different rivers. And when this faulting was happening in the peninsular plateau, that time the gap or the Malda gap was prepared between the Rajmahal Hill and the Meghalaya Plateau, and this gap was in course of time was filled with the erosional material, and it was turned into a plain. So you can see the map. There is a faulting occurring in the westernmost side of the India, and because of this faulting, the long river was divided into 2 parts. One is Indus, and the second one became Ganga river. And so the division took place. Because of that faulting, division took place, and river got divided into 2 parts. And then again the faulting took place in the eastern side of India, and then that river in the here was divided into 2 parts. One is Ganga and another one is Brahmaputra. And so in this way, actually the long river which used to flow earlier was broken into 3 parts, that is Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra. So this way the 3 rivers came into existence. So today we have this much, and next we will continue in the next class. Thank you and happy learning.